So, first of all, you have Omnipresent Evil, which you press your ability button to activate. This is the same button that you would press when highlighting control stations or reloading. Jason becomes undetectable while he's in Omnipresent Evil, moves at an increased movement speed, but cannot see survivors or scratch marks, but he can hear them. Survivors that are standing still are shown with a red mist. So this is I thought initially it was when they're doing an action, but if they're just standing still, they are shown with a red mist. Any nearby running and walking survivors have their footsteps highlighted. And then activating Omnipresent Evil refills scrap piles around the map, which we'll get around to when we talk about the throwing spikes. But then the second part of Omnipresent Evil, in order to exit this like undetectable kind of, I refer to it as like a spirit plane state, you use the option called just literally jump scare. So while you're in Omnipresent Evil, you look at a nearby breakable wall, window, or pallet and then teleport to it. This is very important, this includes broken pallet locations, because it means that as the game goes on, you don't lose the ability to teleport to locations. And then you can also use your right click, whatever your like secondary attack button is with your controller, to switch the side of the pallet or the window that you appear on. So when you activate this on a drop pallet, a breakable wall, or a window, you will special break or special vault it. So I'm assuming that this wording means that you can't use brutal strength to speed it up. You can't use unbound to speed up after you vault through the window or anything like that. But upon using jump scare, you gain haste, you block the windows and upright pallets for a few seconds, and then reveal the nearby survivors with killer instinct, which is pretty cool. It also has like a great like jump scare sting sound effect. And then we get into the next part of his power. So this is like kind of all in service of the stealth bit. Now he has a ranged attack called throwing spikes, where Jason starts the game with a throwing spike. You hold your aim button to ready it and then press your attack button. So it's kind of like, I don't know, Demogorgon, Death Slinger, that sort of same Springtrap, that sort of same like feeling. You can carry one spike at a time. You replenish the spikes at hooks, at scrap piles, or by hooking a survivor. And spikes that are gathered from hooks by either hooking or taking it from a hook are called special hook spikes. And then spikes that knock survivors back when they're hit, that damage them for 1 health state. And hook spikes specifically inflict the impaled and broken debuffs. And the important thing about impaled is that injured survivors, or impaled survivors, I should say. The description said that injured survivors will be speared to a wall if they are hit with a spike and knocked into a wall. The early access footage that I saw did not have this happen if it wasn't a hook spike, so I need to test that out. Survivors that are speared to a wall can then be picked off of the spike instead off of the ground, so you don't have to like go through the whole rigmarole of trying to get them off the ground. You can just be facing a wall and then take them off the wall, kind of thing. And if a survivor is impaled by a hook spike in the dying or spear state and on death hook, Jason can then perform a special move and kill them instantly, and only hook spikes can impale survivors. So that is the full power breakdown. It sounds a lot more complicated than it should be, but it's really not all that much. You'll understand it as it gets into it. It's just Huntress and Deathslinger and Myers in one. I do think of it as a lot of like Springtrap, right? Like you're stealthy and you teleport to a fixed location and you have a ranged attack. There are a lot of similarities there. But let's look at his information. So he's a 4.4 killer. He's a 110 movement speed killer, which I guess makes sense with the way that his power works. Having a ranged attack and having extra movement speed while in stealth, he does move at an increased movement speed while undetectable. Makes sense for him to be a 4.4. And then you have a 32 meter killer terror radius, and you are average height overall. Okay, so 32 terror radius on a killer with stealth with ranged attack makes sense. You don't want to get hit from outside of range. Although it's funny that he has a 32 meter radius and Springtrap has 24, but I'm not gonna get like too into the weeds with that. So if like Hex scared to death, I was saying that basic breaking holds this back from being overpowered because it seems slow for the effect to activate, because it's like getting multiple stacks of No Way Out or any other hook activated effect. And so you have to hook 3 different survivors in order to get it to work, and then it's a hex, so it ignites a dull totem. There's a really good snowball perk. Like if you have a really good early game and you get 3 hooks early, you get this. Then yeah, like, okay, I can see if you're spreading hooks early, then you get the perk in response. But I feel like it just feels like it's too slow of an activation. They only get 13% hindered for 3 seconds, which is shorter than... It's slightly less than Freddy's base kit hinder, and it's also slightly shorter than Freddy's hinder off of a basic break on a pallet. So this basically means like you can't run this with Hillbilly, you can't run this with Bubba, you can't run this with Nemesis. Like any killers that would break a pallet with their power, this perk doesn't work with it because it's a basic break, not a special break. It's going to be an asset on Singularity. True. Singularity's going to love this as long as you're not teleporting into the pallet itself, and you can defend the totem pretty nicely, so I guess that is like a really good use case for it. Like every perk kind of has its place, right? Like Thanatophobia, for example, is not a great perk overall, but then Thana's really decent on Plague and Legion because they like to keep people injured, so it's not bad. Wraith might like it. True. Yeah. Hello, Viper. A Gas Heaven game mode? Really? Did they rework the map, or are they just like trying it out? 13% for 3 seconds, which seems too little. Well, I mean, it's the Jason PTB. They're going to put like 13 in literally everything. That's the entire reason why it's 13%. Today's a no cat day. Yeah, because I feel like it'd be too distracting for if I'm doing like any recording stuff. It just seems simpler in terms of visuals. Okay, and then we have Silent Shadow, where when the trial starts, you gain undetectable for 13 seconds or until you down a survivor, and when all generators are completed, you gain undetectable. Now, I think that this is nuts on any killer that's bringing Lethal Pursuer and has mobility. So Billy's the first one that comes to mind. I think Nurse with Lethal Pursuer is going to be really deadly with this. Wesker is going to be really deadly with this. And then when all generators are completed, you gain undetectable. This doesn't have a duration attached to it. Now, I know that behavior sometimes isn't like the best at updating information, so I'll have to see if that's like a permanent effect or if that's one that kind of sits around for a bit. Unless it has a deactivate condition. That's what I was thinking too, might. Like, imagine Silent Shadow with Noed, and I don't know, No Way Out and like one other endgame perk in there, batteries included or something. Then that does seem like it could be really good in the end game, and then also at the start of the game, like getting undetectable on a killer that can have high mobility at the start of the game too. I think undetectable, Silent Shadow might genuinely be really good on Vecna or the Lich because you can fly at the start of the game. And then we have a new original survivor, but the survivor's not available on PTB, so the perks will be generic for now. You have Wide Open Throttle. Whenever you fast vault to pallet, you gain 15% haste for 3 seconds. So this is like, anyway, Wide Open Throttle. When you fast vault to pallet, you gain 15% haste for 3 seconds. When the pallet is reset, it's blocked for 60, and then all survivors can see its aura for that time, and the cooldown is 60 seconds. Which, I think, like, this sounds like a really strong perk because it does a lot of things at once, but I think we have to remember that diminishing returns is a thing now. So, the haste... You have 15% haste for 3 seconds, which is a third of what you get off of Lithe. And it has a long cooldown, which can't... It's a cooldown, it's not exhausted, so it can't be affected by Vigil. The pallet is reset and blocked, so what it means is that if the pallet is dropped and you vault the pallet, then it goes back upright as if you had used any means necessary on it, but then you can't re-drop it for 60 seconds. So now... you have basically turned that location into a temporary dead zone, which means that it also doesn't pair particularly well with Lithe. I think this pairs really well with 5 moves ahead. This still is really good with Finesse as well. And also it's really good with Sprint Burst. So you Sprint Burst to a pallet, you drop it, you go around the back of it, you have 5 moves ahead, so you drop it faster. Then you run Wide Open Throttle and you vault it. You gain your movement speed, you reset the pallet, and then you can go somewhere else with it. I think like it is good in some ways, but I think that 15% haste is a lot, and that's the game not loading again, so now the game's just gonna crash. But for it to be like a 60-second cooldown off of that, I don't know, I feel like it's a good general use perk, but it's a lot weaker than a lot of people think. So Lithe puts open thrall for 65% haste. Y'all are already forgetting diminishing returns. It'll be pretty good with finesse. I agree, yeah. It'll be good with finesse, it'll be good with FMA, it'll be good with swim burst. But it is good that we have like a survivor going along with this, you know? It doesn't make the content feel quite as bare. I think lend a hand is problematic though, because once per trial and per survivor, so it only activates once per trial, which is fine. But you know what else only activates once per trial is shoulder the burden, right? And shoulder the burden is considered problematic. So once per trial, after you have blessed or cleansed a totem, while healing another survivor, use F, which I guess is like a placeholder for an ability key, to give them 4 permanent healing charges. Now, for anyone who doesn't understand like what healing charges mean, a survivor has 16 or takes 16 charges to get fully healed from injured to healed. So this means that you take 4, and it takes 1 charge per second. Like you charge a 1 charge per second. So you heal a survivor in 16 seconds base kit, which means that now you heal them in 12 seconds base kit with like no added things on top of that. So basically just like fast track for healing for the rest of the game on 1 survivor. So even if shoulder the burden isn't a problem, this is already really good. So you cut a 4th of their healing. Exactly. It's insane. Exactly what I'm saying. Like, I think this is fucking nuts. And now I want to try this in a game. I'm going to pull somebody into a custom game to help me with this. But I want to see what this does with Resurgence. Because imagine that you give somebody a heal or a lend a hand, and then they have Resurgence. So does that mean that they jump off of the hook fully healed because you've taken that permanent healing charge off? That's going to be my consideration, but I do think that 4 permanent healing charges, making healing faster than it already is when it's already kind of problematic, this is going to be an insanely strong perk. Resurgence is 70%. Okay, so yeah, it's like a half-second heal. So if that person has a med kit, or if once that person gets off hook and they have Resurgence and they've been hit by lend a hand, which I guess like I am kind of setting up a bunch of prerequisite perks. But the thing is that the prerequisite for this isn't terrible. Like lend a hand is never bad in any game that you play. You cleanse a totem, sick, and then you make it so that somebody just has permanent fast track whenever they get healed next. On top of botany knowledge being popular, on top of Resurgence being a really good perk, on top of do no harm has actually been seeing a really massive rise in popularity for my recent games as well. Insanely abused by Swifts, exactly. Like it's the same thing with shoulder the burden, where shoulder the burden you don't see very often, but when you do, it is the most oppressive thing in the game. Cross-examination. While in the killer's terror radius, the killer leaves light marks that last for 10 seconds that you can see. While on the killer's light marks, you gain elusive. This ends after 5 seconds. I think this is kind of like a goofy rat perk that relies on RNG, but might occasionally counter things like nowhere to hide, or I don't know, any aura reading add-ons or something like that. I don't think this is a particularly great perk because you have to be in the killer's terror radius, and then they leave light marks. So we'll have to see what this is exactly, but it sounds very RNG. Like you have to specifically find the light marks that they leave behind and then stand in it, and they also only last for 10 seconds. And I'm assuming this ends after 5 seconds is like the lingering duration. Rampage fits into like End Fury builds, so you have End Fury Rampage now. Plus, I don't know, batteries included or something. Oh, but then like diminishing returns, so maybe not even batteries included in here. So End Fury just has like a 3rd perk that pairs really well with it. I think it's nice that we just have so many different things: blocked objects, completed generators, generator progress, dual totems, cleanse totems, hex totems, boons, hatches, and even exegate switches. All have unique aura sound or colors that you can assign to them now. Also, I really like this killer power match details. So now you can access the killer power tab directly by pressing F1 on your keyboard, or pressing and holding select on controller. And basically whenever a survivor enters chase or loses a health state, you can see what the killer's power does specifically. So if you run into Singularity, which I've run into 1 in the last 4 months, and you don't know what the hell Singularity does, then you can just look at the power. Even though it it might still confuse you anyway. I don't think that makes much of a difference, but you know what I mean. And then from there, I mean, like, aside from the killer itself, the patch notes really don't have a whole lot. It's a lot of like little bug fixes here and there. No balance changes. There were some collision hitboxes we were running into as Deathslinger on Shattered Square, so I'm glad that this was fixed. And then there was also, let's see, where was it? They fixed an issue with Wesker, I think? Yeah, they tentatively fixed an issue with Wesker getting like really bullshit hits over pallets, because I've been hit by this a few times. But aside from that, there's a issue in Groaning Storehouse where players get stuck when walking up the stairs of basement, or fixed a place where Nurse cannot blink through walls on Crota's pen. Like, okay. Yeah, oh yeah, Mother's Dwelling and Temple aren't available in PTB for some reason, yeah. I don't know why. It's kind of strange, but I don't know. Red Forest maps I'm not like too terribly miffed about. It's kind of funny that they're not in the PTB for whatever reason. Cool. So let's look at add-ons. Let's see what we got for add-ons. We got so many freaking add-ons, baby. It's kind of insane how many freaking add-ons we have. Orderly Shoe increases the duration of haste after a jump scare by 5 seconds. Okay. Increases the time for impaled survivors to extract the spike from themselves by 20%. So this wasn't specified in the power description, but it apparently you can remove the hook spike from themselves, which makes sense. But it takes increased time. This might actually be kind of good. Garden Claw, duration of Killer Instinct after a jump scare by 2 seconds. That's a nothing burger. Increases the range at which you trigger jump scare by 4 meters. Does that mean like you get like wider detection radius on your Killer Instinct, which would be kind of nice? After jump scare, survivors within 6 meters of a hook or a scrap pile gain Oblivious for 13 seconds. That's kind of funny. But it's after a jump scare, so they don't even have to be... Wait, it's just all survivors within 6 meters of a hook or scrap pile. So this means that this is all survivors. This isn't like the ones that you actually specifically jump scare. Any survivor on the map now gains Oblivious for 13 seconds, which seems okay. After grabbing a hook spike while in Omnipresent Evil mode. Oh, you can grab hook spikes while in Omnipresent Evil. You see the locations of survivors within 8 meters of hooks, bro. That's like way better version of Hangman's trick. Okay, Party Noisemaker. Breaking a pallet or break a wall with a jump scare reveals the auras of survivor further than 32 meters for 6 seconds. That's kind of okay. I don't think that you're going to be using this very often. Coroner's Coffee increases the distance which survivors are pushed by spikes by 25%, gain 13% haste for 3 seconds after injuring a survivor with a spike. That's insane. I think that this means that if you are close by a survivor and you hit them with a hook spike, or any spike really, you then gain 13% haste after hitting them with a close range hit. And even if they are pushed further, if they run into a wall, the haste lets you catch up so much more quickly. That's a really good add-on, in my opinion. Okay, Bloody Smile increases jump scare and Omnipresent Evil detection range of survivors by 4 meters. It's okay. I don't think it's fantastic, but it's okay. Two Nails. Spikes that come within 1 meter of a survivor reveal their aura for 6 seconds. This just like taunts you for missing, basically. Sauna Rock. After a jump scare, inflict all survivors within the Killer Instinct's detection range with exhaustion for 13 seconds. I mean, the Killer Instinct detection range is some like 8 meters, I think, so it's not incredible. I think that Bloody Smile and Sauna Rock are going to be really good combos together. I do like exhausted add-ons. I'm glad that this exists, and it also makes it so that survivors can't escape with Lithe quite as easily, but it's okay. It's decent. Mirror Shards. Impaled survivors become broken for 30 seconds after extracting the spike. That's really good if you want to play hit and run, which I think you can do really easily with this killer. Imprinted Aluminum. Injuring a healthy survivor with a spike inflicts the mangled and hemorrhage status effects for 70 seconds. This seems a bit redundant, considering that hook spikes inflict broken. And I think that you're gonna inflict broken. I don't know. Maybe this is okay. This doesn't seem like a particular standout to me. Eyeball goop. One gained undetectable for 9 seconds after grabbing a hook spike. That's actually really good because you can just drive by, grab one, and retain undetectable. And this doesn't say that it has a cooldown. Impaled survivors emit a 32-meter terror radius until the spike is extracted. Gain undetectable from the time the survivor is impaled to this 13 seconds after they extract the spike. That's kind of interesting. That is really funny, actually. Basically, you're able to... this is, what's it called? Dark Devotion. A miniature Dark Devotion whenever you hit somebody with a hook spike. That's kind of funny. I think that you can, again, like, play some really funny undetectable stuff with this character. You do eye goop, you grab a hook spike, and then you hit somebody with a hook spike, and so you gain undetectable. Gain undetectable from the survivor is impaled, by the way. So for the whole time that they are impaled, to the 13 seconds after they extract the spike, there's 13, like, literally everywhere. Deputy Badge decreases the movement speed. Oh, see the repair progress of generators while in Omnipresent Evil mode, but decreases the movement speed of Omnipresent Evil by 25%. I mean, that's pretty good. They understood after Bonnie's guitar strings that you can't, like, have that kind of upside. Like, you're running batteries included, and even then, if you're undetectable moving across the map and you see... I think the information is still good. Then again, information is just kind of trumped by general game sense. Burnt Fuse. While a survivor is impaled and for 5 seconds after they extract the spike, the exit gates are blocked for them and any survivors within 13 meters. This is just loot bag. This is his version of loot bag. That's really funny. So while a survivor is impaled, and for 5 seconds after they extract the spike, the exit gates are blocked for them and any survivors within 13 meters. And survivors can be impaled while they're on the ground as well, by the way. So you do kind of get like a miniature version of loot bag with that. When a hook spike misses all survivors within 13 meters, the impact scream reveal the orb for 3 seconds. I mean, that sounds okay. It's kind of like mini Phantom Fear, I guess, but it's within 13. Like, the range is so short of that. Like, if you're just trying to fish for where survivors are, then yeah, okay, this is like decent, but I don't know if this is any good, actually. Like, it just seems okay. Passing through windows while in Omnipresent Evil mode marks them for 13 seconds. When you perform a jump scare, all marked windows become blocked for 5 seconds. That's really funny. You get your own red-headed centipede. I know I'm making a lot of comparisons, but it's just, you know, after a while, there are things that your brain tries to equate to other things. Gain 2 tokens whenever a generator is completed. If you are not holding a spike when vaulting a window or breaking a pallet, immediately spend a token and gain a spike. Interesting. So basically, like, you don't have to worry about refilling at scrap piles, and you are just, like, viable in chase. It's actually not bad. Overall, we are in game, and because we have Silent Shadow, we are undetectable. We have 200 ping. We're on, like, EU servers somewhere. So if I... Oh, okay. I can't, like... Even if you tap the power, it, like, fully charges it. So it's like Deathslinger, right? Looks like maybe it takes, like... 0.6 seconds? Oh, no, way longer. Wow, that takes like a full second actually to fully charge. Let's see, what's the trajectory on this like? Yeet. It kind of like arcs like a javelin. Oh, God. I'm having lag issues. Seems so underwhelming. I think it's good with Lethal Pursuer, personally. But yeah, like, look at the... Can you even... Ugh. Like an Olympic thrower there. I'm having, like, a bug where I M1 after that. Do. And then we can go and refill it as a scrap pile here. What's the cooldown on this? So it looks like 3 seconds until we can use Jump Scare. So it's not like something that you can use mid-chase necessarily. We do move pretty fast, though. This feels like Wraith. Maybe slightly slower than Wraith movement speed? Maybe like 5.5 meters per second? Very slightly slower than Wraith. And then if I jump scare here... Oh, wow. And it feels like maybe a 10-second cooldown until I can go into Omnipresent Evil again. So let me I want to, like, something I did want to test out was I wanted to see like how long it takes for you to jump out. Because you jump out and then now I'm ready. It feels like, okay, so here, 1, 2, 3, and then now I can... So that feels like it takes 3 seconds to get out of Omnipresent Evil to then ready the hook spike, which seems kind of slow. But now I'm a 115 killer for 20 seconds? 15 seconds or so? Interesting. Okay. And then... it's gonna look a little weird. Oh god. I'm like, the lag makes it look like something crazy. Now, can I actually, like... Okay, so that does count on, like, non-hook spikes, and then I can just grab your ass. Do you have Lend a Hand active? Like, can you pick him up and give him the Lend a Hand piece here? Because then I'm gonna try and hook him. Lend a Hand active? Actually, I want to see, can I collat? I want to test this out. You can! Oh my god, you can collat hit! Yeah! Oh, that's sick. That's pretty sick, actually. That's actually really cool. W. Zapped away a huge chunk of the health bar. Okay, so you did use Lend a Hand. That's really cool. I didn't know that. I wanted to see if you could. That's like one question that I had. And then let me hook Might, actually, so that I can... Yeah, pardon me. I'm gonna hook Might so that you can heal Might off of Resurgence here. Because Might has Resurgence right now, and then Clone has Lend a Hand. So we can hook Might, right? I get a hook spike back. Yeah, go unhook him and then heal him with Resurgence now. Let's see how fast that heals. It'll take like a second for the... Okay. Yeah, sure. Oh, it only does 70% of the bar. Oh, that's interesting. So that's just like, so it, even though it takes off like permanent healing progress, it does 70% of the new bar. I have like 20 seconds delay. Oh yeah, that's right, you do, huh? But it's still insane. Yeah, that is still nuts. I was not sure that that was how that worked out. Do you vault a pallet faster with this? Also, I see them healing up there. Those dirty sex havers holding still up there. And we can switch sides so that we can come out this way. That's the undetectable there. Okay. And then if I like... Ooh, oh no, I missed. Oh no, let me go grab a hook real quick. So it disables the hook for how long, I wonder? I think I might have been counting my seconds slow there, but it looks like it takes about 25 seconds for that hook to come back. Okay. Let me see if I can get Clone. Clone, can you drop this pallet for me? Because I wanna, yeah, there we go. Switch sides and then break it. It does, I don't know, it seems maybe slightly faster than a regular kick. Maybe potentially. I can't, it does seem like slightly faster. But I don't know how much faster it is than that, so... Okay, that's good to know. I think that's kind of like everything that I have just in terms of basic power information, because like, realistically, this power is super duper simple to work with. And then... And then I want to get the mini Mori on Might as well, if that's possible. Flashlighting impale grabs? Yeah. Actually, I gotta hook Clone twice as well, so I can get both mini Moris. Because there is a mini Mori, and then also you can see like when we hook somebody, we get the we get that effect. Here, let's see how far. Oh, Deathslinger Man, by the way. Ugh. Oh, the lag is like so... Oh my god, the animation's great. It's like it's so janky. Oh, but then like I'm self-sabotaged on the hook, so I can't like actually hook you now, so I have to put you over here. And then I guess like you can still get impaled but deep wounded in that way. Interesting. And then let me yoink. Up against the wall, madam. Oh. Okay, that doesn't count as a wall apparently. Sorry to say. So there's that, and then I want to test out like the 2 mini Moris now, because you do have one that's like, yeah, yeet. All right, bye-bye. It's so fucking goofy. Okay, so the first one is this one here on death hook, and then on the ground, and then you can just turn them into spaghetti, and that's it. That's the first mini Mori. And then you have... Oops. I pressed the wrong button. But he also blocks the pallet for like a split second. And then, hold on. Can I get you up against the wall? I missed. The aim is so strange for me. It's like Huntress aim. Yeah, yeet. And then see, now you're impaled against the wall, and then I can just kill you like this. Bonk. And you dead. Cool. Okay. So first game, we do have a bot, because we can fill up a full lobby of people who could get into the PTB, but that's fine. Seems like we're on normal servers as well, which is good. Oh, if I press tab, it completely cancels out my audio for a second there. So now I'm in omnipresent evil mode. I saw that crow settling there. Could be someone... Ah, right here. Hello. And then it blocks the pallet briefly. Oh my god, that delay. That takes so long to ready the hook spike. What up? It takes so long to ready that hook spike after a pallet. Ooh. Deathslinger moments. I am 115 now. So that is pretty good. We'll break this as well in the meantime. Now, the question is, after I've grabbed a spike, does this replace it with a hook spike? Like, is the... Okay, the hook spike is not preferred. It'll just make a spike. Here, I see. Alright, big kicks. He ran out this way. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, I am too far to the left. I was kind of anticipating something else there. But you can just reload real quick. Got your ass, Chad Thundercock. And look at this movement speed I get now. Oh, that was like nothing though. What? Never mind, maybe coffee sounds like more insane than I actually think it is. Yeah, yeet. Get a little bit of eruption value there. And then when we hook here, we'll also get a bit of value off of our perk here. And you can activate Omnipresent Evil off of this right away. Can you kick while in Omnipresent Evil? No. Okay. It's good to know. We can jump scare here? Maybe? Nothing. Ain't nobody nearby. And then we have like a 10-second cooldown afterwards where we can find people again. Damn. Okay, so yeah, the bloody magazine, I was wrong. It is actually pretty good. Also, being 115 when you... Ooh. Lucky break? Maybe? Let's see, maybe they're back on this gen again. Could be possible. They're not here. We would have seen... Oh, there's someone here, though. We can jump scare by doing this. Okay, there we are. Hello, clone. Okay, so that just downs him. I think this killer's also going to have like the same thing that you can do with what's his name, with Myers, where you can like tunnel people pretty quickly, because if you can get them with a hook spike while they're on death hook, getting that mini Mori is actually insanely powerful. Okay, I hear you here. Now this is like the one downside of the power, is that even though I know that he's here, I can't really teleport to anything closer than this. Yeah. I am 115 for like 20 seconds though. Oh, the charge time is like so punishing around small loops though. My goodness. Oh, nice. Good stun. Oh, got your ass from downtown. I'm gonna get you, Surf. Oh, I'm gonna get you. He's still here. Okay, so yeah, that doesn't feel like a power that you can really use in Chase. Like, you can't really use it like Spirit. Oh! Slightly faster than Deathslinger hits. Oh my god, I'm just so good. Yoink. Let me grab you here real quick. Then up you go. Yeet. And then we gotta find this bot. Where's this arena bot at? Tunneling SMH, I am kind of the worst. I see your footsteps here. Okay, yeah, Bloody Magazine actually is really good, because even if you have near misses, then you can still like get really good information off of it. Yeet. And then now, oh my god, I'm so fast. Very briefly, but I am fast. Bot down. Just slinging rebar at a guy like that. I mean, that's basically what I'm doing. I am just throwing rebar at people. I am the rebar killer. That's what they call. That's what they should have called Jason. I know they're both healing over there, but I'm gonna go over here for this gen. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, I didn't see any information on that. Being the, like, if that was actually the gen that they were working on or not. Actually insane for a purple? Yeah, it seems... I was wrong. I was like, I don't know. It seems like it's, like, too much or too little information for the range. Like, maybe it doesn't actually work out. Go out here. Okay, they all reset in that back corner. I think there might be somebody back here as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there is. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Oh man, that takes maybe 4 seconds to get your spike ready to after you come out of a jump scare, like after you use Omnipresent Evil. So it doesn't feel like a power that you can use particularly well in a chase, you know what I mean? You better get to removing that spike there. Okay, so we got it out, but... Oh! Hold on. Let me spear you. Alright, we'll break. One big kick. So you do kick slightly faster when you use the special fault. Oh my god, get fucked. Die. Alright, the snipes are actually insanely fun. I think I just love the... Yeah. Damn, look at his goofy ass. Alright, he's dead as hell. Miss Hater, I'm sorry. I am a natural born hater, alright? I was like, surely it can't be that good. Like, I think, like... Generally speaking, I try so hard to not overreact to things. But I do think, like, if anything, he feels like a solid B tier, maybe? I hear you. Oh, you're both here. Hello. Ah. Hwunk. Do. Grab this. And then you do slow down quite a bit when you aim down sights with the power. It takes maybe an extra second to... I was trying to short swing him. I was trying to be a bit cheesy there. Oh, do you have last stand, mate? Are you trying to cheese my ass? That's really funny. Okay, hold on. Oh. Okay. Yeah, the like time that it takes to charge the power actually feels really balanced. I think it takes a little bit longer than like Springtrap. Definitely takes longer than Deathslinger. You fucker. How dare you. Chemical Trap. Don't you know that I'm allergic to chemicals? Ugh. There we go. Alright, see if I can hit you with this. Oh, you're still playing the pallet. You want your chem trap values so bad? I see you, you smelly. Oh! Oh! Wait, why is that blocked? What the hell? Oh, because you have that new perk. You have that that goofy new perk. The fucking what's it? Who's he? What's it? Whew. I don't know. Oh! Sorry, I gotta go kill a man. Give me a second. Mike just running by, being like, what up? Bam. Damn, though. They themical trap, yes. Doing spear shots are very sexy. It's really satisfying, I'm not gonna lie. Now to find the Lesser's arena. See, yeah, even that. Oh, I bet that goes fucking crazy with I bet that this goes crazy with Lethal Pursuer. Yeah. I bet that's the case, 100%. I lost chase. I'm losing chase with the bot. God bless America. I hit the fucking wall. Alright, give me this. Bonk! Mate, you absolute bag. Is Mite sandbagging out here? I freaking knew it. Never trust a furry. Alright, give me this. Oh my god, that flashing light problem is still really bad, though. That's so goofy. That's so goofy looking. You're just like, let me reset that pallet real quick and then run away a little bit faster. That's so funny looking. What was that light? There's a bug right now with the game where sometimes like flashing lights will just randomly happen. Hello. Oh, really, Cole? Yeah, I would probably check him out at some point when I have the time. Shoot, I want to test something real quick before I kill you. Look at this chat. We do okay, so I think, was it Rosemary that was asking, or there was somebody who was asking about it, but you do get batteries included haste while you're in Omnipresent Evil. Okay, that's good to know. Anyway, let's get the Mori, because this Mori is pretty nuts too. Is he slower with the spear like Springtrap? He's always 4.4. He only becomes 4.6 when he like leaves Omnipresent Evil and gets like that bit of haste for like 20 seconds. No, there are new survivor perks, yeah. Pretty freaking awesome Mori too. That was pretty. All right, that was pretty fun. I think it's like the power does seem slightly faster than Deathslinger projectile. And now I'm going to see if I can switch to the other side and then see what it's like playing against Jason now. Okay, there we go. But yeah, it's interesting that he like starts the game off with broken pallet locations. Okay, he's chasing the bot. Hits the bot with the hook spike. You start the game with a hook spike, by the way. Actually, we shouldn't be doubling up on it, Jen. How we finding Jason? I'm finding him pretty decently fun, Magi. What about you? I like how aggressive he can get. I agree, yeah. I like how aggressive he can get, and like, you can just refill your power instantly. And then you also get like haste, and you're able to, there's different pallet locations. Like, look, like this here. Oh shit. That's a good potentially a good hit, but you get slowed down quite a bit. But like these weren't pallet locations. These are broken pallet locations that just spawned in because the killer needs a location to teleport to. She got a good hit on Surf. Oh, and then you can hear when he cancels it too. Wow, that is like a very audible sound. Good night, Surf. Rip Bozo. I do like that there's no range requirement on when you can actually use the jump scare ability. Like, you don't need to be terribly far away. Also, you can collat with the... I'm going to intentionally let him collat. Damn. My bad. Get him out of here. No. I was trying to protect Surf. I'm sorry. I admit I was kind of throwing that a little bit. I was being a bit mean. W teamwork? Yeah. I'm just trying to like kind of get a good first vibe for it. I definitely wouldn't have healed him under hook if this were a normal game otherwise. Because I feel like it does kind of sandbag Surf quite a bit by not letting him use the full 70 seconds of his hook timer. Also, we have a weird 3-gen, I think. It's kind of like that back corner. Actually, it's not exactly a 3-gen, now is it? Also, you can hit collabs. Yeah, we saw that in like when we were doing a testing custom. One where I was just like, hey, stand in front of me and like test these things out for me, would you? Oh shit. The snowball is pretty decent actually. Like being able to 2-tap somebody with the spear is pretty underrated. And then he can just run straight back for the hook here. Oh, I have a terror radius on you. Can you ledge people? You can, yeah. I tested that out as well. Woo! Woo! That was close. It's kind of scary. Close one. Yeah, pre-drop? Like an absolute goober? Never mind. Not paying attention. Damn it. I was kind of hopeful that I could get that through. I've seen there is an add-on that he has that is basically just like his version of loot bag that you can use. Kill the bot, yes. Yes. It's interesting that you get the audio indicator when you're close by, because I think Huntress has like a further range of audibility. Yoink. Yeah, I will say, like, there are a couple of things with this killer right now, I think numbers-wise, that make him a B-tier killer overall. The first thing is that when he exits a jump scare, he takes like 4 seconds to be able to actually use his M2. I gotta test, I didn't test like how fast it took to M1 afterwards, but... Oh, that's actually terrifying. He's just standing there and then he goes invisible. That's incredible. I love that. That's so cool. Oh, Surf's dead. Surf's gonna get yoinked real quick. Don't mind him. There he goes. Whew. I genuinely think pre-dropping is like a really good strategy against this killer. Like, it just seems too potent. Because he slows down quite a bit when you hold down the M2. And he takes, like, I think a full second to ready the spear. He punched out all my blood. What the hell? That's your blood. You should ask for a refund. You should tell him to give it back. Ooh! Dude, that sound, the also you can tell because like he grabbed a javelin from this scrap pile that he doesn't have one active at this anymore. So he can only reactivate it when he goes back into Omnipresent Evil, which is cool. Like that's actually like a visual indicator. And then now that he's back in Omnipresent Evil, see, look, it's lit up and the spear's back again. So that means that we know that he has one available. I'm a toxic ass gen rusher, bitch. You can't stand me. Aw, oh, damn it! I was hoping that you would fake the hit. I was hoping that you wouldn't like actually go for the M1, and you would wait for the dead hard, but instead you just sent it anyway. That's really funny. With light finesse, yeah. All right, well, that's pretty fun though. That's a good games.